Hey everybody, what's up? This is Sean from Draft Therapy, and this is a beer brief. All right, so this beer brief is Pseudo. It's from Toppling Goliath in Decorah, Iowa. I'm not a native speaker, so let me know if I mispronounce that city or not. And Pseudo is the king. It's like King Sue, but it's the pale ale version of King Sue. King Sue is like Toppling Goliath's big. I don't know, for us here in Michigan, it's basically really not very easy to get. They distribute, as I said in my Fire Skulls and Money review, they distribute everywhere in the Midwest but Michigan. It just doesn't reach here. I am outside, so you might hear a bunch of wind noise. Sorry about that. So this one on the side says, the single hop ale showcases the Citra hop for a well-balanced beer that is delicate in body with a mild bitterness in the finish. Ferocious hop aromas of citrus and mango give a refreshing taste that is bright with just enough bite. It has Sue from the Field Museum in Chicago in purple and green. It's a just really pretty cool label. When you see it, you know it. Let's go ahead and crack this. This one was packaged on February 19th, but it says it's best by June 18th. I think I'm good in that range. This was a Tavour order for me. Let's go ahead and pour it. Pretty light coming. Well, it's actually really looking hazy coming out of the can here. Hopefully I'm keeping that all in frame. Let's get it a little bit here so you can see it. Massive head on this from this glass, but kind of just a really nice orangey color. I mean, this is a pale ale, sure. The head on this is at least like 3 fingers, maybe almost 4 fingers worth of head. Really nice, compact, dense bubbles. No seeing through that one. I mean, that's perfect example of what hazy should be. Juicy and hazy. Looks like this. Let's put a nose on it. Lots of citrus notes. Maybe a tiny bit of pine in there as well. Again, I apologize if you hear any wind noise. It's getting picking up quite a bit right now. But yeah, it's got a nice orangey, citrusy quality to it. It has, like I said, a tiny kind of resinous note on the nose. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Actually, I'm gonna put a little more in here, and then I'm gonna dive right in. All right, I like to get that milk mustache, so let's go ahead and dive in. Cheers. So the mouthfeel on that is like, it's just really, it's kind of light. It's just on the thicker side of light. So it's not really so much medium, but it is medium, but it's like on the lighter side of medium. Up front, it's surprisingly bitter. Like I get a little bit of bitterness on the up front, then a lot of sweet citrus, orangey notes. But on the finish, it is really strong, like kick in the face, citrus, hoppy bitterness. Maybe a little bit of piney resinous in there as well. It's got a really strong, striking note. It's I've had King Sue. I think I've only had it one time, and I had it when I was in Boston. That was a couple years ago, and it was a lot sweeter than this. It was a lot more of like the IPA, New England style IPA quality I would think of. This one is a lot more bitter. It's really kind of high on the bitter end for a pale ale, quote unquote. Let's pour a little bit more in there. But I'm digging it because, you know, usually when you get a pale, I don't think of pale ales being so bitter. I think of them as being a little bit more mild than an IPA, but this one has a little bit more of those bitter notes to it. Now I'm glad I got 2 cans from Tavour because, because now we have another one to try. This is a really good beer. I don't know if it's one that I'd go to. I don't know if it's one that I'd go to all the time, but I think it's a really good, you know, once in a while kind of beer. Again, I don't know if this is one, if I could get it all the time, if I'd want to drink it all the time. I don't know if it would be a go-to. I prefer a little bit sweeter on the IPAs at this point. Maybe a little more sweetness up front. Like I said, it's got that sweetness, that sweet quality up front, but then it hits that bitter stride really quickly. And I don't know if, on an everyday drinker, if I'd want all that bitterness in there, but I'd like a little bit more of the sweetness. So yeah, that's Pseudo from Toppling Goliath in Decorah, Iowa. What I'll do is I will put my Tavour code down underneath this video. If you're interested in ordering from Tavour, you get 10 bucks, I get 10 bucks. Sorry, it's a little corny, but you know, beer ain't cheap, so any little bit we can each do for each other would help out. So anyways, let's that's Pseudo from Toppling Goliath. If you can find it out there, let me know what you think if you've had it before. Until next time, stay safe, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are. This one's in Iowa. And most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.